Hello and welcome to the Views Club. By popular request, I'm going to show you guys how I make my Tres Leches cake. It's very popular. The Grizzly and my sister haven't stopped harassing me about it for a good week. Every day I'm getting a message, hey, when are you going to make some Tres Leches? Well, ahí les va. Get ready. Alright, Views Club. This is my favorite one to use for the Tres Leches cake. It's very easy. It comes out with the texture I need, but if you can't get a hold of this, it's okay. You can use regular flour. I'm going to be using 1.5 cups of this type of flour for our blend. If you guys can't get a hold of this, you don't have flour, you don't have the time to do the specific blend that I'm going to show you, I say you can try it with the regular yellow cake. It might work. It might crumble a little bit more, but it should work. You remember what I say. Make it comfortable for your home. All right, I hope you started paying attention or started making yourself hungry, one or the other. That's usually how it works. What you're gonna wanna do now is you're either gonna add your cup and a half of your baking flour, your cake mix, or whatever you're choosing to use. I haven't tried this gluten-free yet, so bear with me on it. And if you guys try it, come back and let me know if it worked out, okay? Now you're gonna need some baking powder. You're gonna do, I love how it has a little scraper to pull and make it flat. You're gonna do 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Okay. I suggest making this recipe when your kitchen's a mess, so that way you just clean up right after. You're gonna add 1/4 teaspoon of salt. See if you guys can see right there. It's a lot better view. Mix that around so all the dry ingredients are mixed together. Okay, you're gonna set this bowl to the side. You're gonna need 5 eggs, and with the 5 eggs, you're gonna crack them and you're gonna separate your yolks with your eggs. Okay. Ay, me falló uno. Make sure that when you guys are getting all your stuff set up, you're already preheating your oven at 350. Okay, because you need your oven warm, preheated for this to work out. Okay, to your egg yolks, you want to add 3/4 cup of sugar. You want to incorporate the sugar into the egg yolks until they become pale. You see, you get that dark yellow orangey consistency. You want them to turn a pale yellow. Okay, you see the difference in the egg yolk? This is the color that you're looking for. It's very pale and it's very, very smooth. So you're gonna do this and set it aside, and next we're gonna do our egg whites. Okay, so now to your egg whites, they look a little like this. You're gonna add 1/4 cup of sugar. We wanna beat these until they have peaks, not when they're dry. When they're dry is more for a macaroon. For this, we just need some of the soft peaks, okay? So let's get started on this. The egg yolks took me about 2 minutes to do. This is gonna take me a little bit longer, so I'll let you guys know when I'm done about how long it took me. After a minute, you're gonna get something like this. You're not ready. That's still runny. Keep going. At your 3 minutes, you're gonna think that these are your peaks because it got fluffy on you. Nah, keep going. You're gonna mix it up a good 6 minutes, okay? And that's when you start getting this fluff here and you're able to see a peak. Let me see, you see that peak? When you lift it up and you can see little peaks, you're set. This is where the fun starts to happen. To your dry ingredients, you can either sift this or keep it like that. I'm keeping mine like this. I don't need to sift it because this Swans down cake flour is very, very fine for me. So what you wanna do is you wanna pour in your egg yolk and sugar mixture in here. Like, no joke, this looks like Easter candy or something. Because it's nice and fluffy. Okay, now you're gonna go ahead and mix all of this together, okay? Can you guys see that? Now that you've already mixed most of it up, what you wanna do is you wanna add your cup of milk, 2%, whatever kind of milk you use, go ahead and pour it in here. Right now I have 2% in here, so that's what we're rolling with. Pour in the whole cup. I don't use regular vanilla. This is the only vanilla I use. It's a Mexican vanilla blend. It's from the Molina blend. All this stuff will be in the description, and if I can find any links on Amazon for you guys, I will. So you're gonna need 2 teaspoons of vanilla. You can do 1, but I really love the vanilla flavor in my food, especially this blend right here. So I use 2. Make sure you incorporate everything in here. If you see any little bumps, make sure to press them out. You don't want any bumps in here. You want any of that stuff. So make sure it's a smooth cake batter consistency. If you're end up using too much milk and it's too runny, just sprinkle a little bit more of your cake flour or whatever flour you're using in here so that you get that cake batter consistency, because you don't want it to be like overly runny, even though it's an egg-based batter. Okay, so what we have is a cake batter. Now what you wanna do is you wanna add your egg whites to your cake batter, and you're gonna fold it in and take your time. Do a little bit at a time so you do this right. So you just twirl and fold. What usually works for me is I come halfway and I just cut, and then I go over again, cut it, and then go over. You don't wanna mix it because you want the fluffiness that you're gonna get from folding it in. And if you're just getting started, don't get discouraged. I've been baking for years, so I kind of have it down packed on what I need to do. But if you don't get it the first time, just practice. Doesn't turn right the first time, it's not gonna get better the second time if you don't make it.
Hey guys.
What's up, Punky? Hey, mommy's recording. Yeah, I have it on record right now. Do you want to come say hi to everybody real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, come say hi.
Hello. Wait, what kind of cake are you making?
Tres Leches. Do you like Tres Leches cake?
I haven't tasted it before.
You've never had it? It's the one that has the cream and the strawberries on the top.
Oh yeah, those are my favorite.
It's your favorite? That's funny because last time you didn't like it.
What?
This cake. You just wanted to eat the strawberry and the cream on top.
I do, but I need some strawberries to eat the cake.
Well, I do put strawberries. You just want strawberries and cream.
This time I'll eat it, but if my strawberries are out, then I'll eat it.
Oh, well, you don't have. If you don't like it, you don't have to eat it. I'm just happy you tried it.
That cake was delicious.
Well, do you like it or not?
Mm-hmm. What birthday was on that?
I think I made it for Mimo's birthday and a non-birthday.
Oh yeah, it was
and
on her birthday.
yeah, my sister's favorite cake.
Mm-hmm.
So keep folding until you incorporate all of them in. If you see any of the egg whites in here, that means that you have more to go. So I recently stopped using an apron. I guess I use it once in a while, like for tamales and stuff like that. And even then, I haven't been using my apron for a while, actually. I'm kind of over it. And you kind of see bubbles of where your egg whites are. That's where you can start dividing in half and folding over. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've incorporated them very well into the batter. And that took me about 8 to 10 minutes. It's just like a very light, soft batter, okay? If you don't have a glass baking dish, you wanna invest in one. I've had this one for a very long time. In fact, I think my mom passed it down to me. That's why you see all the scratches. It's a very old one, but this is the one that you wanna make your Tres Leches Cake in. You can use butter, margarine. I'm using the country crock to line the bottom of my baking dish. You can use a what is it, Pam spray, Robert? What's it called? What's that spray called, Robert?
Oh,
Pam?
Yeah, Pam, I think.
If you have something like Pam, that type of spray, store brand, whatever kind of spray you have, you can use that on here. Just make sure you have it on all the ends. Especially if you're gonna be taking your cake out of the dish. For me, I keep it in this dish because it just keeps storage a lot easier for me. And that's kind of how I got used to making it. Careful with your brushes because sometimes they release a little bit of hair. You want to make sure you don't put that in your cake. You want to go ahead and add your batter in here, okay? Why does this remind me of cheese? My favorite part of this is how you can smell the vanilla in the batter. And I didn't have to drop all that money on a stem of fresh vanilla. It's the best part. Once you have it here, you can either drop it on a cutting board, or you can pound the bottom of it so that you get all the bubbles to come up and pop. It's a little loud, but I like this method better. It pops them quickly. Murphy's Law, anything that can happen will happen. These bubbles of oxygen in there, the air is gonna come out and pop. Sometimes if you didn't mix your egg well, it'll come out like a little streak, but that's okay because you can just blend it out like this, okay? Now that you have your batter, you have it on your baking sheet, now it's time to bake it in your preheated oven at 350 for 30 minutes. After your 30-minute mark, you're gonna get either a fork or a toothpick. You're gonna poke it in, you're gonna take it out, and if it doesn't have anything on it, you're ready to take it out. If you have some gunk on it, put it in for another like 3 to 4 minutes and then kind of base it off of that. Because every oven's gonna be different and you just gotta make it comfortable for your home. Okay, you're gonna bake your cake right there for 30 minutes. Put it in the middle and set your timer, okay? Are you watching me set my timer, babe? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have to fire him, guys. There we go. While you wait for your cake to bake, I'm gonna show you how to make the syrup. For our syrup, it's very easy. You're gonna need a can of Carnation evaporated milk. I recommend the Carnation. It has a really good flavor. And some condensed milk. You're gonna need a whole can of this. And this is the Lechera, it's the Nestle brand. If you're gonna pick a condensed milk, this is the one you want for this particular recipe. Excuse, my dogs are scratching to get out. They're gonna have to wait because then they're gonna bark like crazy outside, okay? So 1 whole can of evaporated milk, 1 whole can of condensed milk. Rumia, you're gonna need 1/3 of heavy whipping cream. So now you have your 1/3 heavy whipping cream. You're gonna pour in your condensed milk. You're gonna have to help it get all the way out. Or if you wanna save a little bit of this for yourself while you wait, you can do that too. It's really tasty and good. And this is where I make it comfortable for my home. I add a little bit of vanilla to this too. I mentioned that I really like this. I'm gonna add a little bit more, a little spoon of that. So I would say a teaspoon if you wanna try it my way. If not, you can keep it out. And go ahead and place this in the refrigerator until your cake is done, because we're gonna need it in just a minute. Okay, you hear that beep? It's done. I already poked in here once. I'll poke over here to show you guys. That was exactly 30 minutes in my oven, preheated. Hold on. Preheated, and we're ready to let this out, and we're gonna have it cool for at least 30 minutes, okay?
Oh, I just want to eat it, babe.
It smells good?
I just want to eat it.
The grizzly wants to take a bite out of it. Don't let anybody touch it for at least 30 minutes to an hour, okay? Just leave it there. And warn the kids, warn the family that it's hot. If they go near it, they're gonna burn. Okay, so what you want to do now is you want to get your fork and you want to go ahead and press it into the cake. This is how the syrup is going to seep into it. You want to clean your fork as you go so that way you're not spreading the crumbs into the top when you put your heavy whipping cream. Okay, so now that we have our delicious syrup here, I'm going to recommend you guys put it along the sides first because you want it to absorb at the sides the most, because the center is easy to absorb all the syrup. I think the center one's probably the best piece because it gets the most syrup out of all of them. My family really loves the syrup at the bottom when I serve it, so I make sure to cover it completely, just like that. Sometimes you can come back in here and just press and make more holes so that it can absorb. Mostly on the sides. I don't know why that's such a difficult part to absorb. I think because it's already baked and made a barrier, so you got to help it out. Okay. You see how the center part is the one that absorbed it all immediately? That's what I was talking about. You don't want to take too much of this going on because then you're going to convert the top into just like mush. Okay, so now that you've already added your syrup, you're going to keep this in your refrigerator till it cools down. Keep it in there at least 3 to 4 hours till it gets really, really cold, because that's when this tastes best. If you want to leave it overnight, perfect. Okay, you're going to need at least 6 strawberries. If you like a lot of strawberries, do a whole strawberry, so have 12. But I cut them in half, or I cut mine in half like this. Then I have this little apparatus. It's really cool. It comes with a spoon where you can scoop up the green part, the stem. What you do is you just press it down. Let me see. You press it down like this. Tilt it over. And you have a little gadget. And it does them all spread out like that. They don't always come out that pretty on my cake, but I try. Okay, you're gonna need your mixing bowl, and you're gonna need your mixer, your hand mixer again. I put this carton in the freezer just so it was extra cold for me. So it's a little bit icy. Let's hope this works out for us, but you're supposed to put it in your refrigerator, like along with your mixing bowl and your utensil, so everything is really cold. So you're gonna use 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. You get this one at my grocery store, and then Costco has this big industrial one. What you're gonna wanna add to your heavy whipping cream is about 1/4 or 1/3 of sugar. Depends on how sweet you like it. I like mine sweet. All right, now it's go time, and I want you guys to whip it, and whip it good. I did this for a good 10 minutes and we're all set with our cream that we need for our cake. One of the things you don't want to add to any of the ingredients that we made today with this hand mixer, you don't want to use the cream of tartar in here because you're going to make them dry and they're going to be stiff, and you don't want that. For this recipe, it's very luxurious when you bite into it. It's just, I know you hate the word, but it's moist and fall apart in your mouth type of thing. It's amazing. So you don't want to use a cream of tartar for that, okay? Okay, I kept mine in for an hour. It's cold enough for me. You can still see some of the liquid on the side, but I guarantee you, like in here, it is so moist in there when I pull it apart. So it's okay if it didn't get all the syrup under there. Now what you want to do is with your freshly made whipped cream, yeah, it's that easy. But you guys know that Cool Whip tastes good. Not on here though. If I find out you guys did Cool Whip, I'm gonna be mad at you. I want you to do the extra step. For real, I think mine's so popular. I'll tell you why. It's so popular because I put so much cream on top. You want to spread it out here really well. Pack it in good. Where it starts looking hollow, you just add a little bit more there. Okay, so continue to spread. Where you see the hollow parts, that's when you fill it up. You want to have it a smooth edge straight across. And you can kind of, if you have one of these, it makes it a lot easier to spread evenly. Very much like plastering a wall. Or when you have to put like tile in your home, you have to make sure it's like level. I'm gonna use those little level measurement. Are you laughing, babe? The Grizzly's back here laughing. It's true, like you know those levelers that you have when you have to put a floor and you lay it? Do they have one for baking? I don't know, you guys let me know. Didn't need all that whipping cream, you can save it. So this is how I pre-cut mine, it makes it easier, and I pre-cut it into big slices. Go straight down the middle, and then go half. Ooh, it's so thick in there. And then you come half over here. You know what, I think I might do a thinner row over here for the kids. Depends on what mood they're in. So now you're gonna come across the middle this way. It's a little bit too small. I should have done 3. Oh well. Let's roll with it. Yeah, because last time I made them and I made those big ones, everybody was happy, but we ran out quick. So maybe if I isolate it like this, it's gonna be perfect.
Yeah, right, babe. You know I'm just gonna take that whole row.
You're gonna take the whole thing?
The whole row. If
we don't save some for my sister, you know she's not gonna be happy, dude. You gotta save some for Cloud. So now you have your little display like this. Your display of strawberries. Some like cinnamon, some don't. The reason I like adding it to food because it helps you process your sugars a lot better. So half's gonna get sugar, half is gonna get cinnamon and half isn't. My mom, she's old school, she doesn't like it with canela. That's how you say cinnamon in Spanish, canela. Canela. Okay, so let's start right here. That way everybody that takes their slice takes it with a little bit of strawberries. If you don't have strawberries, use cherries. But I think that one might be made differently, but use what you have. Pretty sure you can do it with mango, peaches, but there's something about the strawberries and the cream in here that when you substitute it, you're gonna miss it. You guys know I'm not that great at plating, so if you can plate it better, I'd say go ahead. Okay? It is definitely a tedious recipe. It takes some time, but give it a try on your day off. I think that's the one thing you're gonna make. I'd say try it. Okay, these need a little bit less because they're a lot tinier. I might have to chop up a few more. Let me chop up a little bit more, guys. Yeah, the kid ones are gonna be good because they get a lot more strawberry on there. I was gonna put less, but now I think I'm gonna pile it on the top. My boys are like the grizzly. They're just like you, babe. They like strawberries. They love strawberries, actually.
They do.
Let me see. Guess that's all we have. It's homemade. It's not manufacturer. It's not perfect. That one looks like it can use a little something. One has double. Nope, that looks pleasant, right? Okay, Views Club, this is exactly how I make my Tres Leches cake. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's definitely a delicious, amazing treat. Ta-da! Tres Leches cake, it happened for us, yes. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. If you haven't clicked that bell next to my name, you should, and you can become a bell. It pays to be a bell. And yeah, let me cut up a piece for the grizzly here. I'm gonna cut a tiny one first, okay? Because I know how you're gonna go to town later. If your cake absorbs everything like this, the same syrup that you poured on the top, you can save some on the side. Pour it in to give that runny feel. Just like that. Looks good or tastes good? Because you said it looks good. I want to know if it tastes good.
No, it tastes good. I know you guys don't like this word, but it is moist.
It's moist and smooth.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't get a strawberry from the top.
I was saving that.
Were you?
For a big bite, like one whole bite.
Oh, it's gonna be
It's so good. I'm telling you, I'm about to eat this whole thing.
People in Spanish hate the word que rico, and I use it all the time.
I'm about to eat that whole thing, babe.
No, no se te ocurra. We're gonna share because you guys don't call it, get mad. Again, guys, thank you so much for showing up and for your request. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. Adios.